Okay, so we're gonna do level 3 now. Level 3 is probably the hardest level in the game, so this might be a little bit longer than normal. But and I'm gonna be very prescriptive because there's a lot of RNG that is like very frame dependent. So unless you want to just do a bunch of frame perfect whip strikes like world record runs have, you probably want to skip. The script I give you is actually going to be a little bit, only a little bit slower than world record strats. So this is going to make beating this level a lot easier. Level 3, stage 7. Here we go. This is going to be very prescriptive. Throw the holy water. This is throwing the holy water is actually pretty important. Jump, delay, throw the holy water. That's going to kill both of these fleamen. And walk until almost to the end, and then jump and take a boost from that guy. Throw a holy water, get this big heart. We have 7 hearts. It's important not to get the big whip. So that's stage 7, screen 1. The first skeleton on the screen actually has some variation. I'm going to show you what to do in both of the patterns. Jump and clunk, whip him, jump and throw, stand and throw, jump and throw, and whip on the way down, get the axe. Okay, let's take another look. I'm hoping to get a little variation on this first skeleton here so we can see what that looks like. There we go. Throw the holy water here instead of the whip. That's actually important to, if you look at what I just did there. If that guy throws a bad bone at you,
what are you eating here?
If that guy throws a bad bone at you, tap left and that bone will fall into the lava or the fire. The visual for getting this candle is as soon as the candle appears on the screen, just jump and throw the axe. Boom. And go up the stairs. We're gonna take a hit here, but that's fine. You can actually avoid the hit by just doing like a quick wiggle and going down the stairs. Okay, so there's a little bit of manipulation you can do here. This is like a 3-frame window, so it's not free. But we're gonna stay here. So if you look at, let's kill this bird. Excuse me, please die. Okay, if you look at the blocks on the bottom here, you see how the design of the bottom, I'm looking at these blue blocks in the background. You see how it's almost all light blue with a dark blue border over most of it and some random speckles in the middle, right? What I'm looking for in my jump here is, you see right in front of my foot here how it's like 3 or 4 pixels of light blue and then 1 pixel of dark blue, 1 pixel of light blue, and then the rest of the row is dark blue. I'm jumping about where my foot is covering this light blue section here. That's where I'm jumping. And the reason why I want to jump there is because I want to jump, do a delayed cross throw. And this is more times than not going to give me an item from the first bird that's very good. And is very good because this is a level that this is a screen that will kill you very easily. And I'm going to show you how to not die if you don't get it. So jump, throw. So that's the potion. If you get the potion, you just coast. You don't have to do anything else. The only thing you want to do is you want to jump over this statue because the invincibility potion will go away while you're in the statue and you'll take a hit. I'll show you what to do. I'm gonna show you what to do if you don't get the item. So just kill this. You want to jump over this guy the best you can. It's actually good to take this boost here, or you're gonna clear him. If you clear him, if you clear the statue like I just did, you could just jump to the right, but that's very tight. What you want to do is you want to turn into the statue and he'll boost you across. That's gonna be much safer. Once you land, throw the cross. So these jump whips that I'm doing on these statues, this is keeping their fireballs from hitting me, because they're gonna shoot a fireball at me. That was a little slow, but that's the idea. So find a good visual that works for you. Just jump over him. You have to be very close to jump over him and actually just fall in the pit. Yeah, so you can do that, but that's like extremely close. That does suck though, and that can happen. It costs so much. So I like to jump a little shallow there. Oh, and you sometimes just randomly get a potion. And that's it. That's stage 8. This screen needs some practice. You're going to be doing a lot of practice on this screen. Okay, so let's go to stage 9. I'm going to show you a strat. Okay, I'm going to show you a strat called the QUIJAWII bridge. The QUIJAWII bridge is a very prescripted strat. And the reason why is because you're manipulating everything that's happening on the screen. So I'm going to show you how to do some RNG manipulation here, but it's going to take a little bit of practice. Some people struggle with it. Some people pick it up very quickly. But the idea, and I think it's very important to understand the principle of the strats that you're using so that you kind of know what to look out for if you make a mistake. What you want to do is you want to lose exactly 66 frames on the screen. And it just so happens that throwing across or doing a while standing whip costs exactly 22 frames. So you want to do 3 of these and you don't want to lose any other frames. So the way people sometimes mess up and lose frames is when they jump too late. And you see how Simon kind of stops for a second there and he has to finish his whip animation before he's going? Another thing people do is they'll do a whip with their left hand off of the D-pad. So they'll walk up, they'll do a whip, and then they'll put their hand back on the D-pad. You don't want to do that. You want to hold right the entire time so that as soon as the animation is finished, Simon continues to walk without missing a step. If you miss a step, the show's over and you kind of have to play it by ear, and you're going to see, if you've never seen a screen before, it gets a little dicey. But with this strat, it's pretty easy. So the first part is we got to kill these 2 birds. So jump and whip, jump and whip. So the visuals that I'm looking for here are, you see how there's moss under this block right here? I'm jumping right before that, and I'm whipping him in the air. I'm doing like a slight delay as I jump and whip, and I'm doing the same thing, I think it's here. Right in front of this second statue, I'm doing a jump and delay. So let's see that again. Jump and whip, and then I'm going to throw my cross. While standing throwing the cross, and then I'm going to whip here, jump and throw a cross, kill this guy. That fireball is never going to hit you. As long as you're just moving right, that fireball is never going to hit you. And then I'm going to throw a cross here. That's the strat. That's what the screen looks like. And that's about it. This first part is kind of the hardest part, and that's killing those 2 birds without losing any frames. If you don't have the potion, you have to jump over these birds, and that's gonna happen most of the time. My visual for stopping on this cross is right as you hit that silhouette in the background. Okay, so that's the level, and let's do it one more time, and then we're gonna make a save state, and we're gonna do the boss. The boss's pattern is determined by how many frames you lose on the screen. So this strat not only makes this screen very safe, and as you can see with all these skeletons and birds and fireballs flying around and shit, and pits, it's very dangerous. I don't know why I didn't jump over it. I had the potion, I don't know what I'm doing. But it also gives you a great boss pattern. And then we can't lose any frames as we walk off that. So like if you do this number, then that's gonna mess up the pattern. Or if you jump a little bit if you miss that jump or something like that, you're gonna lose the pattern. So walk down there without losing any frames. So that's gonna be like getting this. I jump from when I jump, I skip this middle section here. And then I immediately jump again. And that's going to be good. If you jump from here and you clunk, you're going to lose the pattern. So just be careful. Jump over these 2 blocks. I think that's the safest thing to do. And once we do that, we're going to go all the way to the right, and we're going to hold right until we take damage. Then we're going to walk up until we're about in the middle of this, and we're going to throw 2 crosses. Take a look and see how that works. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. See it one more time. Okay. Dump your hearts, and you're good. So, Gooseneck, what if I lose frames and I have to fight the mummies without any RNG manipulation? Good question. Okay, so let's say that we lose some frames like we did here. Instead of going to the right, we're gonna walk. You see this spider web right here in front of me that I'm whipping right now? Walk until you're about halfway through the spider web and then turn around, jump and whip this meat and then look to the right. And then just kind of wait for the mummies to converge and throw crosses at them. There are some technicalities in there that could make you more efficient, but it's a lot to learn. There's 4 different patterns to learn and different strats for each of those patterns. I would just say break the block, get the meat, get underneath that block, get underneath this block right here, and look right. It's important to look right because the mummy's RNG is based on which direction Simon is facing. So go to the middle of the cobweb, break this, look right, and just wait for them to be next to each other and blow them away with some crosses. I think that's the safest. You can also do this. You can do the same thing from this side, but the problem is it's way less safe because you don't have the meat there. But it's definitely possible. But I definitely recommend just going to the left instead, getting under here and just waiting. So that's level 3.